Right now, a ruling by a Dane County judge threw out the state's abortion ban, while advocates say their work is still cut out for them.
Also, an anonymous good deed is helping people stay a little warmer during these chilly winter months.
And experts warn your healthy habits this holiday season may be slipping. How to stay on track while celebrating the most wonderful time of the year. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. A ruling by a Dane County judge just about 24 hours ago threw out the state's abortion ban.
But the fight for advocates to restore abortion rights in Wisconsin doesn't end there. Political reporter Will Keneally has the details. Will?
Well, early this morning, we saw exactly what we were expecting after last night's decision. One of the defendants in the case filed an appeal. Now, for some of the experts that we talked to, Tuesday's decision is just the precursor to a bigger legal fight.
I think it's really important to recognize this is not legally significant, it's politically significant.
Constitutional expert Howard Schwaber says last night's decision will not be the last stop for the issue of abortion here in Wisconsin.
So the really big question for everyone involved in this issue is, what does our local state constitution involve? And that's what this lawsuit and this ruling is about. This is basically a vehicle to get this question to the state Supreme Court.
Within a day of the Dane County decision, one of the defendants in the case, Sheboygan County DA Joel Ermansky, filed an appeal in the case. He told us that, quote, "I disagree with and intend to appeal the decision. In my view, the statute plainly applies to abortions." Appealing to the state Supreme Court could yield a positive result for pro-choice advocates, however. The balance of the state Supreme Court flipped in favor of the liberals for the first time in more than a decade. And abortion has been a key electoral issue, motivating Democratic voters in recent elections.
In this case, freedom wins, equality wins, and women's health wins.
Democratic Attorney General Josh Kaul was among the groups suing to get rid of the state's abortion ban. Now, he thinks that the Dane County decision carries some weight.
It's the only court in the state of Wisconsin that has ruled on this issue, so the one legal judgment we have on this topic is that the 1849 law does not prohibit abortion, and that's now a final judgment in which the court issued a declaratory judgment.
Now, Kaul says that he would not ask a higher court to weigh in, instead waiting for the defendants to appeal this Dane County ruling instead.
Well, thank you. 10 Republicans who posed as Wisconsin presidential electors in 2020 admitted today they attempted to overturn the 2020 election. To settle the civil lawsuit, they acknowledged Joe Biden won the state of Wisconsin. The group has agreed to never serve as electors for an election featuring former President Trump. They also agreed to fully cooperate with any investigations into the 2020 election and the events on January 6th. This is the first time any Trump electors have revoked their filings, claiming a Trump victory in 7 battleground states.
Governor Tony Evers vetoed a bill today that would bar minors in the state from receiving gender-affirming care. The bill, first introduced in September, would prohibit doctors and other healthcare providers from referring or performing procedures, quote, done for the purpose of changing a minor's body to correspond to a sex that is discordant with the minor's biological sex. Under the bill, medical licensing boards would also be required to investigate medical professionals accused of violating that legislation. In a statement, the governor says, quote, I am vetoing this bill in its entirety because I object to the legislature's ongoing efforts to manufacture and perpetuate false, hateful, and discriminatory anti-LGBTQ policies and rhetoric in our state. I will veto any bill that makes Wisconsin a less safe, less inclusive, and less welcoming place for LGBTQ people and kids.
Let's get a check on the forecast. First check, Gary Canalti is on the weather patio. Gary?
Pretty quiet out here right now, and that's a good thing. The weather looks like it's going to be pretty quiet for much of the next 10 days, but we'll also see a warm-up for tomorrow. In fact, the clouds that we see right now are actually the forerunners of the warmer air. It's getting here aloft, generating some clouds. Farther out to the west, temperatures are a lot milder. There have been a few snow flurries up in northern Wisconsin, up toward Door County and into the eastern portion of the UP of Michigan, but the rest of the state is dry. Low temperatures this morning, right around 30 degrees. A few places to the north and west were in the 20s. And as we look at current temperatures, they're in the middle 30s. Madison right now at 36 degrees. We're going to see those temperatures hold nearly steady. A few 40s out toward the Mississippi River. Here in Dane County, it's 39 right now in Verona, 38 in Middleton, and also 38 degrees in Wanakee. Look for nearly steady temperatures with partly cloudy skies, maybe a little more cloud cover to start the evening, but those temperatures will only drop a few more degrees overnight, and we'll see milder weather for tomorrow and Friday. I'll tell you just how mild it'll get in just a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you. Breaking news from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. A suspect is dead, at least 3 victims injured in a shooting on campus. Las Vegas police responded to reports of an active shooter on the campus just before noon. Police sent out a social media post about the shots fired at a building which is home to the Lee School of Business there. This is not a test, the university wrote. Run, hide, fight. The shooting is in the city, still scarred by one of the worst mass shootings in U.S. history. That was October 1st of 2017, the mass shooting at Mandalay Bay in Vegas, in which 60 were killed and hundreds more were wounded.
Well, it might not feel like it today, but scientists say 2023 will go down as the hottest year on record. An analysis from the European Union found this year's global temperature will be 1.4 degrees Celsius warmer than pre-industrial levels. In addition, the data shows every month of this year since June has been the warmest of such on record. That's been especially true of the fall months in the northern hemisphere. Climate expert Daniel Vimont says the global impacts of this warming will be felt here in Wisconsin as well.
Fewer snow events, more rain in the wintertime means that the snowpack doesn't stick around as long. There's big impacts to tourism, to agriculture, natural resource management. There's a wide variety of impacts of those kinds of changes.
This comes after the World Meteorological Association released a report earlier this week saying that 2011 to 2020 was the warmest decade on record.
The Pentagon and State Department announced today the U.S. is sending a $175 million package of military aid to Ukraine. The latest aid comes as Congress remains stalled on legislation that would provide new funding for Ukraine as it battles to push back Russian forces. The GOP wants to first settle on changes in security at the southern border. Republicans are pushing for tighter asylum and patrol laws, but say they are open to a compromise.
We can't let Putin win. It's in our overwhelming national interest and international interest of all our friends. Any disruption in our ability to supply Ukraine clearly strengthens Putin's position.
The Secretary of State says unless Congress approves a supplemental funding measure, this will be one of the last security assistance packages we can provide to Ukraine. There are no signs of winding down in the war between Israel and Hamas. The Palestinian death toll has now surpassed 16,000. That's according to the Hamas-run health ministry.
This comes as the U.S. pledges millions more dollars of aid to Gaza. Ian Lee reports.
Street by street, house to house, Israeli forces push deeper into the heart of Khan Yunis. Gaza's second largest city is known as a Hamas stronghold. Military leaders say they're locked in the most intense fighting of the war. The United Nations is calling the situation in southern Gaza apocalyptic. Early Wednesday, a security guard shot in the air to disperse desperate Palestinians looting a shop. They're struggling to survive as airstrikes reduce entire neighborhoods to rubble. Thousands of children have died in nearly 2 months of fighting.
Only a ceasefire is going to save the children of Gaza right now.
The U.S. has pledged an additional $21 million in humanitarian aid for the Palestinian territory, in part to help build a field hospital. In their hunt for Hamas, Israel Defense Forces say they uncovered the largest stash of weapons so far near a school in northern Gaza. But their mission to bring hostages home is paramount.
I missed you.
I missed you too, baby.
Freed Israeli hostage Mia Leinberg has been reunited with her parents. The teenager and her dog Bella spent more than 50 days in Hamas captivity.
As much as I am happy to be back, we're still not done. Everybody needs to do their part to bring everybody back.
More than 130 hostages are still being held in Gaza, including 8 Americans. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
The UN says over 80% of the population have already fled their homes. Many Palestinians fear they won't be allowed to return.
Well, the head of the FBI is warning that the U.S. is facing an unprecedented level of terror threats amid the Israel-Hamas war. Groups like al-Qaeda and ISIS will likely use the conflict to increase calls for violence in the U.S. this holiday season. That's according to the Departments of Justice and also Homeland Security. An intelligence report says the most likely targets include churches, synagogues, and members of the Jewish community. FBI Director Chris Wray warned senators yesterday terrorists may try to exploit the U.S. southern border.
I've never seen a time where all the threats or so many of the threats, are all elevated, all at exactly the same time.
Director Wray also pressed senators to reauthorize a program that allows the U.S. government to collect the communications of targeted foreigners outside the U.S. without a warrant. But lawmakers on both sides have criticized the program following revelations that FBI analysts improperly searched the database for information about people tied to the January 6th Capitol riot and racial justice protests back in 2020. Former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is hanging up his hat today. The California Republican announced he is resigning from Congress at the end of the year. McCarthy was first elected to Congress back in 2007. In January, he battled through 15 grueling rounds to win the Speaker's gavel. However, in that historic move, his fellow Republicans removed him from the position for working with Democrats on a stopgap spending bill. His decision to leave will further tighten Republicans' narrow majority. That slim majority was also narrowed after the expulsion of GOP Representative George Santos of New York.
Today in Fort Atkinson, an anonymous good deed helps keep the winter months a little warmer. Community members are providing winter gear to those in need. Our Maddie Heimsch set out to Jefferson County to learn more.
If you've driven down Janesville Avenue in Fort Atkinson recently, you might have noticed a bit of a fashion show. Statues line the bike trail along the street year-round, but recently they've put on some winter gear. Who provided the hats, scarves, and mittens? The community doesn't know, and neither do city leaders.
We don't really know who puts the winter items on the statues, but it's just such a nice thing that people in the community do, and when somebody is in need, they take those items off the statue, and then a magic Santa Claus puts them back on the statue, a new item, and it's just a great thing that people do.
Sarah Wyherd is the Public Relations Executive Assistant for the city of Fort Atkinson. She says there are plenty of events in the city that give back during the holidays, but none quite as mysterious as the statue stuffers. Resident Don moved to town in 2018. He says he's noticed them on his winter bike rides ever since.
I don't know who's been doing it, but I've noticed it since that year. It's I guess I could say a park mystery.
While the good doers remain unknown, most in the town aren't surprised by the generosity.
You see things like that happening here. That's just who these people are.
In Fort Atkinson, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
After the break, we'll get a look at your first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Kinalte.
And with the holidays approaching, your healthy habits may be out the window. Coming up at 5, tips on how to stay healthy and happy this holiday.
The red numbers across the board on Wall Street. The Dow falls some 70 points, while the Nasdaq tumbles 83. The S&P 500 closes the day down almost 18, and we'll be right back.
Donate blood at Stoughton Health's upcoming blood drive on December 15th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. The event will be hosted at our Community Health and Wellness Center. Sign up online at bloodcenter.org.
A good day starts with a great night's sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic from Steinhoffels. Tempur-Pedic mattresses are designed to make aches and pains a thing of the past by relieving pressure points and supporting the body as no other mattress can. Queen Tempur-Pedic mattresses start at $52 per month with Steinhoffels 60-month financing. And get $300 in Steinhoffels cash. Steinhoffels, your mattress destination. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Les Miserables, still the world's most popular musical. Experience the breathtaking production that leaves both audiences and critics awestruck. Les Miserables. February 14th through 18th at Overture Center. Tickets available at overture.org today.
This is a real person seeking a solution to a real problem.
Hi, fine, how are you?
Welcome to the Good Feet store. How can I help?
I have plantar fasciitis. My knees hurt, my hips hurt.
Then she was personally fit with Good Feet arch supports.
I don't feel any pain anywhere.
Good.
Seriously, no pain in my knees, my hips, nothing. This is amazing. I don't want to take them off. It just feels like I'm in heaven. Oh, you're a blessing in disguise.
Try them for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Donate blood at Stoughton Health's upcoming blood drive on December 15th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. The event will be hosted at our Community Health and Wellness Center. Sign up online at bloodcenter.org.
Tonight on News 3 Now, after missing for 40 years, a local woman's remains are found. In an exclusive interview, her two sisters share their memories, how they dedicated parts of their lives to keeping her memory alive. That's tonight at 6.
From damaging drought to catastrophic flooding and severe storms in every season, the News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team gives you a deeper understanding of Wisconsin's ever-changing weather with special reports that go beyond the barometer. Only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
As the holidays inch closer, experts warn you may let a few of your healthy habits slip a bit.
In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has some tips on how to stay happy and healthy this holiday.
It's a season of joy, but also holiday goodies, gatherings, and many times overindulgence.
People sort of fall off the wagon, as most people would say, when it comes to their diet, sleep, and exercise in particular.
When you get off a healthy track, it can be hard to hop back on. But there's one thing that can help, says Dr. Barbara Bauer with the Ohio State's Wexner Medical Center.
Just say no. That's sort of my slogan.
Bauer says to enjoy the holidays in moderation, but avoid excess food and alcohol.
I think sometimes we get pressured to eat or maybe drink things with family members or friends, but again, okay to say no.
Say yes to exercise. Continue being active this holiday season. Try to eat healthy throughout the day, especially before a gathering when you might indulge in a favorite treat. Next, focus on getting good quality sleep.
They go to sleep late, they wake up early, or a combination of those factors. You throw in some alcohol, maybe more alcohol than they typically consume. That can alter your sleep too.
Finally, Bauer says to lighten your holiday schedule. You don't need to go to every gathering or run yourself ragged trying to see everyone.
To try to minimize some of that stress that can come with holidays.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Americans may not be happy with the economy, but they are still planning to open their wallets this holiday season. That's according to a Gallup poll released today. Consumers estimate they'll spend an average of $975 on gifts this year. That's the highest average holiday shopping budget since Gallup started tracking it back in 1999. Those who are likely to spend more are women under 35 in middle-income households.
Let's get a check now on the forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti is here, and all is quiet. Gary?
Yeah, that's good news. You know, we're only a little more than a couple of weeks away from Christmas, and having things like this, having the weather like this is actually a pretty good thing this time of year. High temperatures will be around 50 for tomorrow and probably mid-50s for Friday. The next weather system now looks like it's going to be mainly rain from Friday night into Saturday, maybe a little snow mixing in before it comes to an end later Saturday afternoon. And then next week looks to be dry and seasonably cold with high temperatures low to mid 30s, nighttime lows upper teens to the middle 20s with very little in the way of precipitation chances. You can see those high temperatures well above normal for the next couple of days. That high of 42 Saturday a little deceiving because that'll be early in the morning. Then we'll see falling temperatures into the 30s in the afternoon. But take a look at those high temperatures within a couple degrees of the average high, which drops to 32 by the end of the period. So looking at that weekend storm, we showed this yesterday. Basically what's going to happen is the system comes out of the south, but notice the wind shift doesn't take place until later on early on Saturday morning. So precipitation primarily will be in the form of rain into Saturday morning and probably Saturday afternoon. Then as the winds shift around to the west and northwest and it turns colder, there'll be maybe a little bit of mixed precipitation, but by that time, the bulk of the precipitation will be heading up to the north. So it's one of those situations where when it gets cold enough for snow, by that time the precipitation is gone, and we're just left with the possibility for some mixed precipitation that will probably be gone by Saturday night. In fact, right now it looks like Saturday night into Sunday will be dry. So the future track computer models, one of them brings just some very light snow accumulations up in northern Wisconsin. The other brings maybe a couple more inches out toward Eau Claire and into north central Wisconsin, but southern Wisconsin pretty much misses out on that either way. And you can take a look at snow depth. I mean, there's very little out here. This is going to melt in the next couple of days. You know, much of the country is snow-free. I mean, other than the mountains out west, this is very unusual. Canada has a fair amount of snow cover, but much of our country is very quiet as far as snow is concerned. And take a look at the prospects for snow in the future. 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, above normal temperatures for much of the country, with the highest probabilities just out to the west, and below normal precipitation expected. Very high signals for that. That takes us all the way up through December 20th. That's only 5 days before Christmas. Planning your night, look for temperatures middle 30s by 9 p.m., about middle 30s by midnight. They'll stay nearly steady with those southwesterly winds, and look for overnight low temperatures in the lower 30s. Planning your night across Dane County, low of 33 Fitchburg, 33 in Belleville, and 33 in Waunakee. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 33 Fond du Lac, 32 Prairie du Chien, and 31 in Lone Rock. Tomorrow, partly sunny, milder, high temperature up to 49 degrees, and the first warned 7 to 10 day forecast at 54 on Friday. Showers Friday night into Saturday. Could mix with a little snow Saturday afternoon before it comes to an end, but Sunday now looks to be dry, and much of next week should be dry, other than the chance for a couple of flurries Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, and that goes all the way through next weekend. Now, as we take a look at first warned traffic, not so good news here, especially on the eastbound Beltline. There was an accident near Stoughton Road. It looks like that has been cleared up, but still seeing delays on the eastbound Beltline all the way back to past before you get to Verona Road. So right now, almost 45 minutes on the Beltline from University Avenue to the interstate. The normal 15 minutes back in the opposite direction, the westbound direction, and 18 minutes from Sun Prairie into downtown. Heading from the Beltline to Janesville on I-3990 takes you 26 minutes. US 12 Middleton to Sauk City is 17 minutes, and back outbound downtown to Sun Prairie is 19 minutes. That's your News 3 Now First Warned Traffic.
All right, thank you, Gary. Panera is facing a couple of lawsuits. We'll tell you why you may want to hold off on buying their charged lemonades. That story and more coming up at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses. See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
Think all Medicare plans are the same? Think again. A Medicare Advantage plan from Dean Health Plan gives you the benefits you need with premiums as low as $0 a month. Medical, hospital, and prescription drug coverage comes with $0 copays for primary care doctor visits. And extra benefits can help you save even more. Get preventive and comprehensive dental, $250 for eyewear, and $750 for hearing aids. Plus, you can save on over-the-counter health and wellness items. All this and a free fitness membership at more than 20,000 locations. Call 1-866-249-1748 now to request your free Dean Health Plan Medicare Advantage Guide. That's 1-866-249-1748. Dean Health Plan, right here with you.
Stella uses AT&T. Abby has Spectrum One. With AT&T, Stella pays $110 a month for her internet and mobile.
Plus monthly fees. Ouch.
With Spectrum One, Abby gets internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line.
That's a good deal. I know.
Abby saves big, over $75 a month. That's over $900 in savings.
I'm switching to Spectrum.
Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store to get Spectrum One.
Here we go. I knew I could do it. I just had to take the first step.
Hey, how's it going? Marcus, my boy. Welcome to my humble abode. Nice to meet you.
When Marcus came to my door, it was my chance to give someone a safe place to stay for a little while.
When you open your heart and home through foster parenting, you're helping the teen write new chapters, which can positively impact the teen for the rest of their life.
Be part of the story.
For more information about becoming a foster parent, contact Children's Wisconsin.
Save big money with huge savings at Menards. Keep your devices powered with high-energy Rayovac batteries. They deliver consistent performance and have lasting power. A 24-pack of AA and AAA batteries are only $9.99. Clean up your space with help from Rubbermaid. This 32-gallon trash can features innovative venting channels, making it easier to lift out liners. Get yours now with a lid for $34.99. Plus, a Menards gift card is always a great gift idea.
Time is running out. Shopko Optical can help maximize your vision benefits and FSA dollars before they expire. Get a comprehensive eye exam and discover your new style. Call Shopko Optical or visit shopko.com to schedule your exam.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The top 1% of American earners now control more wealth than the nation's entire middle class. That amounts to about $38.7 trillion split among America's wealthiest, according to Federal Reserve statistics through the first half of the year. That includes billionaires Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, but also many multimillionaires who are much more low profile. The data doesn't necessarily mean everyone else is getting poorer. It just shows rich people are increasing their wealth faster.
McDonald's is seemingly everywhere, but that's apparently not enough. The burger chain announced today it plans to hit 50,000 locations around the world by 2027. As of September 30th, there were 41,000 McDonald's establishments in all. McDonald's says adding the 9,000 new locations would be the fastest period of growth in the company's history.
Panera facing its second wrongful death lawsuit in connection with its caffeinated lemonade. 46-year-old Dennis Brown, who had a mild intellectual disability, blurry vision, and high blood pressure, ordered a charged lemonade back on October 9th. He's believed to have refilled his cup twice over the course of an hour and a half. The lawsuit says he suffered a cardiac event then on his walk home, was found unresponsive. The wrongful death lawsuit resembles another one filed earlier this year by the parents of a 21-year-old woman who also drank Panera's charged lemonade. Panera's website indicates a 30-ounce serving of charged lemonade contains no more than 237 milligrams of caffeine. The FDA says healthy adults should be able to consume 400 milligrams per day.
We'll get a final check on the forecast when we come back.
The highest art is beautiful, timeless, inspired by the divine. Shen Yun. Coming to Milwaukee and Madison, February 3rd through the 11th.
Donate blood at Stoughton Health's upcoming blood drive on December 15th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. The event will be hosted at our Community Health and Wellness Center. Sign up online at bloodcenter.org.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something on the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home. So we applied it to his under eye bags. And let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This holiday season is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Donate blood at Stoughton Health's upcoming blood drive on December 15th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. The event will be hosted at our Community Health and Wellness Center. Sign up online at bloodcenter.org.
The highest art is beautiful, timeless, inspired by the divine. Shen Yun. Coming to Milwaukee and Madison, February 3rd through the 11th.
We've got a lot of news coming up. Shocking allegations. The New Mexico Attorney General accusing Meta, the parent company of Instagram and Facebook, of being a breeding ground for predators. What parents need to know, that's tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
Coming up tonight at 6, we have the details about a Madison man authorities describe as a prolific burglar. Now in custody. We'll have the details ahead in the next half hour.
Taylor Swift was named Time's 2023 Person of the Year. The 33-year-old pop star's Eras Tour grossed $2.2 billion in North American ticket sales. Her concert film, Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour, raked in $96 million in the box office in the U.S. and also Canada.
And the NFL used Swift's stardom to attract audiences after she went public with her relationship with Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce. Swift is the first figure from the arts to be named Person of the Year. She beat out 8 other finalists, including Barbie and Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell.
Yeah, sorry about your Chiefs the other night there, Taylor. Let's go to Gary, final check of the forecast.
They didn't do anything for me when I went to the Packers game. I mean, that was probably bigger news. Live view right now from the Edgewater Sky Cam. Pretty nice out there. Skies are partly cloudy. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 30s. Few places out west still in the lower 40s here in Dane County. 38 right now in Middleton, 37 in Verona, and also 37 in Belleville.
All right, we're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. The CBS Evening News is next. Stay tuned.